Hi, this is the Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with Deus Ex Mankind Divided Blind. Now, I'm here before a choice of choosing a tutorial mode and just playing normally. As much as I feel I might need the tutorial in the long run, I also feel like watching it would be monumentally boring. And seeing how it's a real-time in-game tutorial as opposed to like a video or something, I can't really cut it out, I don't think, because it's not going to be to match the point where I started with the point where I end. So I think I'm just going to go with the flow, return to the game and play normally.
I think that was the last one.
احنا ما بدنا احد ثاني يحط هذه العملية في خطر قبل ما يصل تاجر الأسلحة.
I'll do another sweep in the area, just to make sure.
علمني إذا أي شيء تبين.
Why are there no subtitles for the guards talking? I must say it's a little bit difficult for me because I can't always hear them that great, and obviously English is not my first language, so it's always easier for me if I also have the subtitles to confirm. Apparently they are on, so presumably they don't work with every conversation, which is a little bit annoying if you ask me, but well, it is what it is. Basically I think they said something about XNG Shipping, incidentally, is a company that actually featured in Deus Ex The Fall, which was pretty horrible, but I just noticed it. They were talking about searching for enemies or something, which presumably... Okay, there's one of them here. I think he has his back turned. Movable carton box. Problem is I can't really tell, and I'm not sure if he's going to see me if I just... Yeah, he has his back turned, obviously, because this is a tutorial area, so it's usually how it works. I would like to take him down non-lethally, but I don't remember if it was hold Q or press Q. Press is non-lethal and hold is lethal, so I'm going to go with non-lethal, obviously. Okay, I'll view the tutorial just in case. Yeah, so they reminded me. They reminded me that enemies can actually, unconscious enemies can actually be revived by their allies, which is something I should probably keep in mind. Okay, there's a dead civilian, and this body, again, as much as it pains me to say it, she's not going to need the painkillers any longer. This body is obviously fresh, so she must have been killed just before, presumably by them, right? The Jinn. Yeah. Actually, in the intro, there have been some people being killed. Okay, there's another one. Frick, I think he saw me. I would have liked if there was a... Is he speaking Arabic? That would make sense, I guess. There's more of them. Okay, my energy is almost depleted, but I'm going to... Frick. I guess that was close enough. Okay. pistol ammo. I probably should. Yeah, I am going to pick it up just to sell later. As I said, I tend to relax my non-stealing rule when dealing with people that, you know, actually machine pistol, regular ammo, beer case. I tend to relax it when dealing with people that actually mean me harm, you know, or actively try to kill me before. Like at this point, I feel that at least in terms of this game, they forfeit most of their rights. Maybe not the right to live, because as I said in the previous episode, I will try to. Svobody beer. Interest. Huh. Right, because part of this game is going to take place in the Czech Republic, right? But yeah, brewed in Czech Republic, and that would mean the freedom beer, the beer of freedom. But I'm not sure why if they kept Svobody in Czech, why did they name it beer? Why isn't it pivo? Well, anyway, it's kind of weird how there's a Czech beer all the way in Dubai. Well, I guess it isn't that weird, obviously. Even now, maybe you could get it, but because, you know, commerce does exist, trade does exist, but I just find it weird because, first of all, I'm not sure how much alcohol do they even drink in Dubai, with it being an Arabic country. And second, if they do, I'm not sure if they like even know about Czech beers. Like, Czech beers are quite renowned in Central Europe, or in Europe, I guess, generally. There is a lot that can be said about Czech beers, but I'm not sure if they are like a global, renowned, you know, what's the word? Type of beer, or if being a Czech beer is like a brand of its own, globally speaking. I would be surprised if it is, but I was supposed to. Okay, so those guys are all unconscious, and they said something about the elevator supposedly taking me, to the atrium. But before I go, I want to explore the rest of that's the plaque I've seen before with the no injuries please, and then the lost time injury, which again I don't really know what that means, but what's that? Oops, I wanted to. The hedonist monk. If this is a real life book, an actual book, then I don't know it, and I'm not sure what's that a reference to. More beer case, but those are different beers than the one I picked up. Hefekroken. I feel like that might be a reference to Heineken, because obviously they wouldn't be allowed to use real brands, you know, without working some kind of a deal with the actual brand for them to be allowed to do it. And this is presumably the storage case that they mentioned, and I do have right, I do have the code for that from one of the from one of the pocket secretaries. Hypo steam injector, that's basically like a medkit of sorts.
Jensen, Mac, listen up. Doppler shows that sandstorm's moving in fast. It's big, and it's gonna hit us hard.
God, I hate the fucking desert. Confirm visual?
I can. Time is not on our side.
Copy that.
Solid copy.
So I wonder if that means that this mission is time critical, because I must say, I'm not exactly a fan of those, just because of the way I usually play. Is this a... Yeah, there's a hidden room. You can see it on the map. That's pretty cool. I'm going to check it. But just to finish my thought, I'm not generally a... Oh, you can even see it in here. not generally a fan of time-critical missions in game, just because of the way I play. You know, I like to look around, stare at everything, and then, you know, consider the wider implications of it in the game's world. And you can't really do that if you're in a time-critical segment. So I hope this is not the case here. Anything in the lockers? Revolver ammo. Again, I don't really need that, but I'm going to pick it up just to sell it later, because obviously I myself... oh, stun gun ammo, that on the other hand, I definitely do need. I myself am... tranquilizer, that's even better. I'm going to stick 100% to a non-lethal route. Credits. Nice rye. More alcohol, I guess. Might be useful for like a quest or something. Get somebody drunk. Now, nobody on the other side, so no harm in breaking this. And I did want to check it out. Yeah, Icarus landing argumentation triggers automatically. I knew that already. But will that lead? Is the atrium is supposed to be up, right? Not down. So, because what I'm wondering here is if going in here, if jumping down, will, if this is an additional location, because I'm supposed to go in here, right? Call the elevator and go presumably up. Okay, maybe that's a good time to actually remind myself of which one is the quick save button, because I'm definitely going to need that at one point already, or another. Let me check quickly. Well, I am going to jump down then, just because. Stealth tutorial. Again, I'm going to do it on my own, but I guess this means this is the way to actually proceed with the main plot, right? So, did I do it wrong? Was I supposed to... Can I go back up there, maybe? Because judging from the the spoken objectives on the debriefing, I was clearly supposed to take the elevator, right? But instead, well, I guess I did take the elevator shaft at the very least, but it's a different one, and I'm not sure if I was supposed to go down. But judging from the fact that the tutorial prompt appeared at all, oh right, I would say so. But what's the deal with the elevator then? Where would it have taken me? Just next door or something? Okay, now which one is the cloak? F4. Okay. And F1 is moving silently. Well, I feel kind of bad about not exploring the... Unless the other elevator is just right next door, and I will be able to... Freak. And I will be... Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, this is the one. So I think I missed literally nothing. But I am kind of annoyed that the generic conversations are not subtitled, because I can't always understand them correctly. I'm going to go up with the elevator once I clear them out, just to be sure that I... Just to be sure that I didn't miss anything important. Okay, I am going to stash him here, but there is at least one other guy behind the corner here, and obviously the whole room is rather big, so there are still things to check out here. But first I generally try to clear the enemies, because I find it I'm rather anxious whenever there are enemies around when I want to explore. So okay, there are two of them. Combat tutorial, max health grenade. Again, I am going to just go with the flow.
عشان نخزن المخازن اللي موجودة على السطح عشان تكون بعيدة من الرمل.
Good. Much riding on this deal. Last thing we need is the comes breaking down.
فهمت. يلا نبتدي نتحرك.
Again, I can't really pinpoint what they were saying.
Creedy, how you making out?
Slower than expected. It's like someone's tilled a fucking cemetery down here.
Say again?
When the shit hit the fan in 27, the rush must have been for the stairs. There's corpses everywhere.
Did I hit
A lot
him?
of your cousins are here too, Jensen. You want me to grab you any spare parts?
No
Yes, I
parts,
did, and
but I take
there's
mine with
at
cream and
least
2 sugars while you're asking.
one more around here, which I should be able to trick. Okay, I might have misjudged the situation a little bit.
خليك مستعد.
Yeah, that didn't really work. I should have perhaps gone with the tutorial after all, but I'm going to clear them out before I
Good. There is too much riding on.
try to explore the location.
Slower than expected. It's like someone's tilled a fucking cemetery down here.
Say again?
When the shit hit the fan in 27, the rush must have been for the stairs. There's corpses everywhere. A lot of your cousins are here too, Jensen. You want me to grab you any spare parts?
No parts, but I take mine with cream and 2 sugars while you're asking.
Okay, so that's two of them down. Now I need to be careful for the others to not revive them, because that essentially equals wasted ammo, right? I think there are two more around here. At least two. There's one out there. Wow, that's a nice looking room, but I will need to wait before... Where is he?
Always not.
Is he on the upper level or something?
Anything?
Did I hit him? Yes, I did. And I think the other one is indeed upstairs.
Jensen, what's your 20?
Working my way through the penthouses.
Remember to keep an eye out for the Jin's communications booster. If you can, disable it.
Roger that.
Okay, I'm kind of annoyed by how large this location has suddenly gotten, because I really wanted to explore it more thoroughly. Yeah, I think the other one is on the balcony here, but I'm afraid that if I linger too long, then they are going to go down and revive all of the guys I've brought down before, which is going to be mightily annoying, right? I hope he doesn't... that would be kind of cruel of the game to make him tumble down and kill himself after all of the trouble I went through specifically not to kill him. But I really want to explore like the whole area. But before I do that, I feel like I really need to take them all down, or at least most of them. I think I got him. It just works slower if you hit them in the body as opposed to the head. I really need to take them down before they revive all of the others. I don't think I hit that one. Oh, I did. What I didn't do though is save, which might be a problem in the long run. That was a flashbang, so hopefully it didn't kill any of his own comrades. Okay, is that the last of them? Presumably for the time being it is. So I'm going to go all the way back here and explore everything, and it might be a good moment to talk about my strange aversion to this game's combat system. I mean, not combat, cover system, because I realized that by not using it properly, I'm making the game a lot harder for myself, but I really don't like it, because the switch between the first and the third person, whenever you use cover, I don't really even remember which button you used for that, but wait, maybe excuse me, maybe they changed it? I don't think they did, because in Human Revolution it switched your perspective from the first person perspective to the third person whenever you actually used cover. Enter exit cover F. Yeah, it does it here as well, and I find it really annoying and jarring. I prefer to spend my time in the first person perspective, so even though I realize that the game intends for me to use the cover system, I don't really think I will, unless it's like really necessary, just because I don't like it. And I would prefer if the game just offered me a chance to lean behind the corner just by using the first person perspective, you know, just lean a little bit out here. It was actually possible in Deus Ex 1, so I'm not sure why it isn't in those newer games. I'm just weird like that. Let me just check if going by the way of this elevator would have changed anything, as opposed to just jumping down this elevator shaft. I suppose not, right? Elevator panel. Rooftops, penthouses. Wait. Okay, I'm at penthouses now, and rooftops. This is not going to change anything, I don't think, but I have just want to be 100% certain. Now, a little more about the cover. I realize this is weird, and I realize it's probably unwise not to use it, because it's such an integral part, especially of the sneaking system. And in fact, some of the people commenting, yeah, I've been here, this is exactly the right next door. Some of the people commenting on my Human Revolution playthrough have noted that I've had so much trouble with its stealth system and being detected, specifically because I didn't use the cover system properly. So I apologize if that annoys you. Maybe I'll warm up to it, but as of now, I just don't find it particularly fun to use, or particularly well suited towards my needs. I want to get out, so open the door. Okay, so I think I'm finally ready to look through all of those. Anything up here? No. Can I destroy maybe something here? Not really. And more unfinished rooms. Caution. But there's also a vent. I'm going to sell the lethal weapons at a later date if given the chance. There's also a vent, rooftops, penthouses, atrium, a vent up here, which presumably must lead somewhere, right? So it was a way to like stealthily take them down or something via using this, as opposed to just going all out in the open. Observation grid. Biocell, well, don't mind if I do. Well, it was still worth it to go in here just for the biocell alone, not to mention anything else. But I also wanted to comment on how cool this room looks. Not this one, obviously. I'm just checking to see if I've got everything. Even in its unfinished state, you can see they clearly had some lavish interior design in mind, you know, with the pillars. It's a little bit better seen in just a moment, I think. But yeah, when I go upstairs, I think it's going to be more noticeable. But you can see it even here, you know, with the angles of the I keep clicking middle mouse button for the zoom, just because I think in Human Revolution I had it under middle, because right mouse button was default for using cover, I think. Don't quote me on that, it has been a couple months at least since I played it. Anything here? Nope. Okay, I can get up here from... Oh, newspaper, don't mind if I do. Die Tiger beer. Again, going to take it just to sell it. Human Restoration Act. Everything you need to know. Communist Country by Vladimir Putin. What? Come on, I really wanted to see what's the full title. Wait, how old Putin even is at this point in the timeline? Like, how is he even still alive? I'm not quite sure. Maybe Putin is a cyborg as well. That wouldn't actually surprise me, because obviously he's very, very rich and very, very powerful, so he would be able to get all of the augmentations that he wanted, but I really wanted to take a look at this. Picus Daily Standard, Eliza Xan, Brown reassures investors, Oman, Business Mogul, denied construction of the Rabia, 3D printed city being built in Oman for Augs. Okay. Tehran, where comes UN representative, so something about Iran. Special envoy to the augmented arrived to tour the Middle East. Rampaging augmented workers laid waste to many of the region's most populated city. Violence by and against the augmented has increased, leaving the local authorities ill-equipped to handle it. As many devastated Arab nations, cities like Dubai have to fully recover. Hopefully, the report I submit to the UN will enable Security Council member to reach a wise, well-reasoned and unanimous decision, curtail the global violence. Huh, that's a freak. I thought, I wasn't sure what's this about, but then I read this, mood stabilizer. This is a straight up advertisement for antidepressants, which I find the implications of that to be incredibly depressing on their own, because this is literally an advertisement on the front page of a newspaper telling you that you don't have to kill yourself, just go get some medicine. It speaks volumes about the state of the world, I would say, that something like this exists. You don't have to feel like a broken machine. Enhanced to water. I'm not quite even sure what's that supposed to be. There are actually quite a few scams. Wait, isn't this the same? What's the... how does that work? Didn't I read this in this column? How does... how does that work? This one seems to be broken now, and wait. Let me, hopefully, she told the reporters. That's weird. It's the same in both columns. How does that make sense? That's nonsensical. What? Yeah, but I was about to say, there are scams, even nowadays, claiming that you can buy like restructurized water that uses special machines to, I don't know, restructurize the molecular, like, sequencing of something molecules, techno mumbo jumbo, and people actually sell that stuff for a lot of money. So I wonder if this is like similar, because I'm not sure what an enhanced water even be. Metalweight championship, so basically orgs kicking each other's ass in Praga. Praga, however you say it. Praha would be, if you were Czech, Praga if you're Polish, and Prague if you're English. But it's weird how there's an advertisement, presumably this edition was meant for, Dubai in particular. It has articles on things happening in the region. In Oman and Arab countries in general, it mentioned here in the article, and then all of a sudden you have an advertisement for a fight that's all the way in the Czech Republic. So I'm not quite sure how that's relevant unless the Czech Republic is somehow has become known for, you know, this metalweight championship of Augs fighting in particular, which I guess is going to be explained because I've read that you actually visit Prague and the Czech Republic in general in this game quite prolifically, which I find really interesting because, you know, don't get me wrong, I love the Czech, especially because you might not know that, but like the Czech language is, first of all, similar enough to Polish that, given enough goodwill, you can easily understand a Czech person and he can understand you, even though he's speaking Czech and you're speaking Polish. But second of all, Czech language is like inherently hilarious and inherently adorable to Polish people, because it's difficult to explain, but a lot of words in Czech sound like diminutives in Polish. They sound like baby talk, which is hilarious. And I wonder if that comes up, if the people in Prague are going to actually speak Czech or English. So that remains to be seen. But I have nothing against the Czech. As I said, I do love the Czech. But it's still kind of weird how I'm wondering how this game will explain, you know, the sudden prominence of the Czech Republic, because it's, you know, even Poland, as much as it pains me to admit it, isn't, you know, that important of a country on a global stage at this point in history, and the Czech Republic is even smaller, you know, populace-wise, territory-wise. So I wonder what's so special about Czech Republic in the Deus Ex universe that caused it to become prominent enough for this game to, you know, take place there at some point. So I'm looking forward to that explanation, but with that being said, let me read that. Imad Hakim. Place is massive, room for thousands. Unsent. Looking for a new place to start over. Clean up what we can. Much sadness here. Evidence of the incident is everywhere. There are bodies. Taken most of them and put them in the stairwells until we can figure a proper way to dispose of them. Place for our family. Tell mother and father. So I guess those were sister and a brother. And obviously this is a fresh corpse as well, and we're trying to squat in this place or something. More killed civilians. But again, that doesn't make that much sense, because they specifically mentioned, you know, burying bodies and, you know, generally taking care of bodies of the people killed in the Aug incident. And it just, you know, beggars belief that they wouldn't have picked up the money that they had on them, especially seeing how those characters talking weren't that well off themselves. You know, it was pretty obvious from the message itself that they were poor people trying to find a place to live. So that's kind of weird, but oh well. Let me read the other message as well. Conversation was automatically saved. Bad feeling with him, he's too much talk. Charm snakes with that mouth of his. You're wrong about him. What happened? Dropped him off to set up the deal. Followed him into the Emirate Hotel. He only wanted one guy to meet him at the hotel. He insisted. 3 men arrive. Singh killed them all without hesitation. even that one guy. Trust me, he's one of us. Ah, so because the sing is the plant, so I guess this is either implying that he's gone rogue, or more likely, I would say, is that he staged this whole event to like prove his loyalty to those guys, so that he can be a better plant, so that they don't suspect him. I think I searched everyone here. So
Listen up, everyone. Chang's hacked into the Jin's radio signal. Checking the patch now. We should be hearing Sing any second.
خليل، الراجل اللي هيبيع لنا الحاجات جايه كمان شويه. روح قول لبقيه الناس ان انا هحصلكم وخليكم يعني منتظرين.
Patch is clean.
Solid copy.
Good. I'll repatch us once the deal kicks off.
okay, so is this the way I'm supposed to go? Because they're still upstairs I wanted to explore. But this brings me to another interesting point, I guess, which is I wonder if Jensen can actually speak so many foreign languages. Like in the first game he understood Chinese, for example, and here he can obviously understand Arabic. So I wonder if he can do that naturally, if that's something he has learned, or if that's actually one of his augs, like if it's auto-translated for him, you know, automatically. That's an interesting thing to wonder about, I guess. But damn it, I feel confused by the magnitude of this location, because I'm not sure which way to go to not trigger the main quest yet, and instead just explore a little bit more. Okay, this is the staircase I saw before. A bathroom, another newspaper. Presumably, yeah, this is the same one. Wow, that's a nice view as well. Frick, again, I keep confusing the zoom button with the enhanced vision. Wow, that's a lot of rubble. A paint bucket, augmented worker. Implanted rebreather augmentation prevents gas damage. Okay, so I would assume this is the way to go, because it introduces new mechanics into the game, which obviously fits with the whole theme of this section being a tutorial. So instead of going there, I'm going to explore this lower part here, because there's still a big chunk. Yeah, I was talking about those columns earlier. I like them, but there's still a sizable chunk of the level down here that I haven't really explored. Now, I've been told that Mankind Divided is significantly shorter than Human Revolution, but to be honest, given the amount of detail in the backgrounds with my particular playstyle, I am not sure if that's going. Frick. Not sure if that's going to be a problem, really, because frick, they are going to revive him, right? Okay, I'm dead. That's problematic because I didn't save in quite a bit. Okay, I could use some of the items to heal, I guess, but I'll take one of them, just to not have to reload. Okay, that was a weird death animation.
دوت عشان اعرف اتحرك.
Okay, there's at least 2 more of them.
Distract this piece of shit! We'll see who is stronger!
Okay, can't take them both in. Okay, I wasn't expecting the door. Frick, is that a flashbang or? I can't take them both in melee, but I can take one, provided I get close enough. Okay, so because I want to preserve the, although might not be that possible.
This will be good!
I want to preserve the ammunition if possible. But I still have 6. Huh, I guess it's searching for like remaining hostiles or something. It says search completion at the top. And it's red, much as the minimap itself is, which makes me think that it's probably related, right? Well, I guess I'm going to learn that in just a moment, but first, there's one more enemy here. And there is this whole part I haven't really visited. Well, I guess so much for clearing the enemies. There's obviously more. Damn it, I'm kind of annoyed by it because I understand there have to be enemies in a game. Especially, you know, it's well justified in universe because there's obviously something big going on at this location, but I just can't catch a break to explore the rest of the location in peace because I keep getting interrupted by enemies, and I know I could just sneak past them, which I guess may even be an intended way to deal with them, but I don't think I explored. No, I've been here. I remember looking out of this window specifically. I know it might be intended for me to just circumvent them, but I feel anxious exploring whenever there are enemies nearby, because I can't concentrate on, you know, reading all the stuff in peace, because I'm always thinking about them attacking me or something. Now there's clearly at least one more enemy on the other side, I guess, but maybe they won't see me yet, which would let me at least explore this part. There's another vent. I'm going to check it in just a moment, but first, just to... There was a part about gas somewhere around here, which I thought was the main way to progress, but maybe I was wrong. Okay, this goes to the staircase, so not particularly interesting or useful. Okay, I feel like I'm already lost again. And there's a dead civilian. Was I here? I don't think so. There's a computer. This is the same issue, obviously, because it's still the same day. There's... okay. That's actually pretty useful, because I was supposed to deactivate their signal booster, right?
I disabled the Jin's comms booster. Should make it harder for them to listen in on the deal.
Good work. With luck, Singh's cover will still be intact when this is over.
Roger that. Moving on to primary target now.
Okay, so at the very least, it's good that I've come here because of this, but I'm still feeling I'm lost in this location. Like, something you probably should know about me is that I'm notoriously bad at finding my way, both in games and, unfortunately, in real life as well. I get lost really often. Now, you might ask, and it's a reasonable thing to ask, if I'm so bad at it, and if I get lost so often, why don't I use the quest markers? And the answer is, because I really don't like them, I feel coddled by them, I feel that the whole idea of a quest marker is immensely stupid, because it reduces this whole rich world of the game to basically an arrow. You keep focusing so much on the quest marker that you end up missing everything else that's happening, everything else that you could look at in the game, all of the details. For storage of fuel, do not use for drinking water. For example, this part over here, I would say this is pretty hilarious, because it literally says here, do not use for drinking water, and then they put water inside. Yeah, but first let me take a look at this computer as well. From Arun Singh to someone. The comm booster is installed. Get on patrol, keep everything clear up there. Going to Rabia. So this is the city they tried to build for the augmented. Offer the strongest men to find whatever they want. Neuropods food. Much more is in exchange for their loyalty to the Jinn. If they refuse, Wasim will take what he needs from them. Okay. Well, that wasn't particularly enlightening, but still, it's good that I visited this location just to disable the signal. But where am I again? It's the upper part of the staircase, right? How did I not... Wait, is it? How did I not notice this room before? I'm definitely lost again. Like, I literally have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, I think I explored everything in this part, at least. Wait, is that a arm? Yeah, it is. That's kind of gruesome, I guess. But I think I explored everything. No, wait, I didn't. There's still... Man, there's still the part with the gas, right? But I can't really even remember where it was. Was it here? I think I need to use a biocell. Yeah, I think it was here. Okay, so what do I need to find here? Whatever it is, I should probably be quick about it. Ah, there's like a bunch of ammunition. Yeah, I think this is here, but I mean, this is the same place I saw before, but I just saw it from up top before. I think that's the case. There's the little emoticon on the portable toilet. but I think I'm finally ready to go to that gate that was locked before, that supposedly contains the actual route forward. Now, wait, I'm going in circles again. Am I not? Yeah, and here, I don't think I explored this. So presumably this leads me past the door. This door over here. And obviously I haven't explored this
Jensen,
part.
we're inside the atrium, taking up positions on the terraces. What's your 20?
Still moving.
Well, hurry the fuck up. Enemy helos inbound and this sandstorm's getting close. You get that comms booster disabled?
Affirmative. Booster's fried.
So maybe the Tin Man does have a heart after all. Way to look out for your team. McCready out.
Yeah, there's an enemy here. Any more of them around? Doesn't look like it, so I should be free to take him down in melee, thus preserving my ammunition for the other encounters later on. Augmented construction workers, so more old bodies. This is the door that leads to the previous part. Okay, more columns. That's cool, with the sun, you know, shining in between the cracks. Anything up here? Not really. Well, again, it has been almost an hour, so as much as I'm weirded out by it, it seems like it would be a good enough place to end this episode. Again, not much has happened, really, and I can foresee this game taking me a really long time to finish, cause the locations seem to be pretty big, and there's, well, big-ish, with a lot of alternate routes, like vents or hidden breakable walls or something, and there's a lot of clutter around, a lot of items, a lot of newspapers, books. Well, actually, speaking of books, I think there's one pocket secretary I haven't read. So let me read that before I end. Foul wind in this place. Sandstorm will be here soon. Wasim wants us to gather more specimens for him. What does he do with them all? Hang on. He takes them to Bandar Abbas. So the rumors of the Frankenstein lab are true. Don't want to end up in one of these cages. Those poor bastards. All that pain and suffering, and they still have hell to look forward to. Hell will be a relief after Wasim has his way with them. So maybe the arm, it looks like they've been kidnapping people for some kind of an experiment. So, as gruesome as that is, you know, in universe, I'm looking forward to see what it's about, because obviously it might be some heavy-hitting emotional stuff. But getting back to the topic, with the amount of clutter in this game, I can see it taking me a really long time to get through it, and I understand completely that it might be really boring to watch that. So I'm not really expecting anyone to do it, but if you do, then, you know, you're welcome, and I'll be eager to hear your thoughts on the things I've been talking about. And with that, I think I'm going to end it here. That's all for this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!